Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Bulldog Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Law, Parks Yoga, and check us out on all of our platforms. Lead story is the big China weather balloon. This happened on Friday. Well, it's the hoopla, and they let it go all the way across the country, and they shot it down finally over the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, off the shore of North Carolina. Guess what, folks? We apparently knew this balloon, saw the balloon before it even hit the continental U.S. It makes absolutely 0 sense. I mean 0 sense to allow this balloon to go completely across the United States and for them to claim that they couldn't shoot it down. And don't you love these words that they're watching it, they're reviewing all options, blah, 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 as it goes all the way across. And for them to act like that this was first off, when it gets hit with a Sidewinder missile, there's a lot of incineration. In other words, you're not going to have big parts falling to the ground. You know what Montana's nickname is? Big Sky. Montana, massive territory, nobody over there. By the way, I was thinking about, what if a little boat owner out there, a little skiff out there in the Atlantic Ocean got hit by the debris? I mean, it's truly ridiculous what they did. And by the way, not only shoot it down, why not intercept it? Why not intercept it? You know, isn't there choppers or other aircraft that could have just grabbed it? I mean, there's 1,000 different things. This administration is completely inept. We look like stupid, stupid fools. And then when you hear about it, well, maybe it was a biological weapon. Well, intercept it if you're worried about it being a biological weapon. It just truly makes no sense how they handled this. It's an embarrassment to our whole country. The Grammys were on last night. I didn't watch any of it. My wife did. My wife likes them. I refused to watch the Grammys. You see the picture of Madonna? Yuck, yuck. I guarantee you the Grammys did not do well because those shows continue to plummet. It's the biggest egotistical self-aggrandizement in the history of the world. These award shows. By the way, not just the Grammys, the Academy Awards, all of them, but other people. It's like the KBA, the Kentucky Bar Association, getting awards for this, awards for that. All award shows are ridiculous, in my opinion. All right, Denver, Colorado. Did you know this? Denver's like becoming the crime capital of the world. I mean, crime is way, way up in Denver. And there's many people saying, well, it's the cannabis legalization. No, it's not. Look where Colorado is positioned to illegal immigration and everything else, and the drug cartels and everything else. I mean, crime is taking over this country. And what does Joe Biden do? Come on in, come on in. State of the Unions tonight. We'll see what good old Joe has to say. How many times will he screw up? By the way, that's another thing. I hate these State of the Union things. Don't you hate them? I hate them. It's like, why? Eric Schwerin, a business partner of old Hunter Biden, was involved in transporting the classified papers from Joe Biden Senate papers to Delaware. Oh my God. It just never going to end. Meanwhile, speaking of crime, remember the little sleepy town of Asheville, North Carolina? Nice little town. We visited many times. I know my daughter's visited many times. A good friend of mine has a home there. Asheville, guess what? Crime's going through the roof, up 200%. In Asheville. In Asheville. All right, 1 day of ammo. There's a general that says if we fought a war with Russia, we only have 1 day of ammo. Josh, what do you think about that? 1 day of ammo.
That's not enough.
I mean, is our Defense Department so anti-gun that they say we're not going to buy any more ammo, we don't need any ammo? 1 day of ammo if we fight Russia. What the hell? Last but not least, the internet went down in Italy. Can you imagine if the internet went down in the United States? I personally would have an emotional breakdown. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Bulldog TV Local News. As always, we're sponsored by Deters, Law, Parks, Yoga, and check us out on all of our platforms. Well, our lead story has got to be a story that was inconceivably ignored by Channel 5, 9, 12, 19, The Enquirer, 700 WLW, Link, and the Northern Kentucky Tribune. And that is Wesley Deters, my running mate. Her personal Facebook account was hacked last Monday. The hacking began. And we know, it was like she got hit nonstop. There was no question at all that this was a hack. She was getting hit nonstop with somebody trying to change her Facebook account number, password, nonstop. And they finally got it. And they shut her out. And on Friday morning, she woke up to the horror that child porn was streaming on her account. This gets reported by her and everybody else to Facebook. Immediately reported to Facebook. She contacts, I'm the one that told her. I said, contact the FBI. She contacts the FBI. She has conversations with the FBI, Cincinnati, Covington. The FBI contacts Facebook. They still didn't take it down. It was up for, I think, 36 hours. Now, you and I both know that if we say something about a certain, election, if we say something about a particular day in January, if we say anything at all, we have a word that is in front of their algorithm that we get suspended. We get shut down. Now, just think about this, folks. The story is layered. Story number one, that a lieutenant governor candidate for the state of Kentucky has her Facebook account hacked and live porn, child porn is streaming on it. That's story number one. Story number two is Facebook doesn't do anything for 36 hours. Story number three, nobody in the local news media, the Lexington Herald did a story. Thank you, Austin Horn. The Courier Journal doesn't do a story. And it gets even worse. You can't make this up. Rob Sanders, who I've had peace with, your Kenton County Commonwealth attorney, you know what he does? He contacts the Courier Journal about it. Joe Zonka. Now, the implication is this is, like she's streaming child porn. And I let him have it. And he goes, well, I just reported it. I'm not saying, I'm sure the FBI will sort it out. No. That's another story. The chief prosecuting officer in Kenton County who prosecutes felony, rather than do something about it, reports it to the Courier Journal. He's supporting Daniel Cameron. You can't make this up. Our local news media, all of them are owned. They're owned by Scripps. They're owned by Sinclair. They're owned by all these people. Plus, just so you know, I know all the anchors, folks. Some better than others. All right? I have a personal relationship with many of the anchors. Not a word. Not a text. Not a, hey, you want to do an interview? Does Wesley want to do an interview? No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why? Because corporate America is part of the sexualization of children in this country. They are. I am saying this on my show. 5, 9, 12, 19, The Enquirer, Link, The Tribune, and the Courier Journal, Northern Kentucky Tribune, are on the side of sexualization of children. They're on the side of pedophiles. They are on the side of all of it. They want to protect it. It is disgusting. They're on the side of sexual trafficking. They're on the side of all of it. It is disgusting. How many times do I have to tell you, Northern Kentucky and the state of Kentucky, that if you want a governor who is against all of that, and who the media hates. If the media, the woke media, ignores and hates me, What does that tell you who you should vote for? If you're a Republican in this state, who you should vote for? But it's truly unbelievable. They can't set aside their hatred and fear of me because they know what I'm building here is going to kick their ass in very short order. By the way, do you realize that Bulldogtv on just Facebook has only it's been only a year, less than a year. We have just as many followers, 25,000, as the state Democratic Party has 27,000. And I mean, yeah, that's not news. That's even news if you ask me. All right, long crime. A judge has set a $750,000 bond for Justin Toran for his involvement in the stabbing death of a man. Toran killed 44-year-old Stephen Lambert with multiple stab wounds in his Forest Park home on Friday. Cincinnati Fire Lieutenant Brandon Freeman was arrested over the weekend for being accused of assault. The unnamed woman claimed Freeman grabbed her by the neck and slammed her into a wall. Freeman is facing charges of assault and obstructing official business. 2 Southern Indiana police officers were shot on Sunday from a suspect fleeing a traffic stop. Both officers were flown to Indianapolis Hospital, where they are listed in stable condition. I don't know about you folks, but if I was a police officer going up on an ordinary traffic stop, I think I'd have my gun out every time. Of course, I know that's probably not policy. In local news, country singer Carly Pearce of Taylor Mill, Kentucky, won a Grammy Sunday night. Pearce teamed up with Ashley McBride to take home Best Country Duo for their song Never Wanted to Be That Girl. Congratulations to Carly Pearce. What a great Northern Kentucky story. I mean, she's a hit. Dropped out of high school, I believe, and followed her dream, and look where she is. She has the deadly combination. Great voice, good looks. Deborah, for that field. Deborah Hauser will take over as Middletown superintendent next month. She'll be the first woman in the district's 170-year history to hold the position. Hauser is the current assistant superintendent and has worked at the district for 15 years. In Kentucky State news, Bashir's launching a 6-week tour through the state of Kentucky, focusing on high-speed internet. No, he's not. He's doing a 6-week tour to campaign. What a joke. The tour will see 14 stops that are meant to draw attention to the importance of high-speed access. Why have you done anything about it, Andy Dandy? It's unbelievable. Kentucky's dealing with a critical shortage of veterinarians that provide care to large animals. Only about 5% of veterinarians nationally are dedicated to large animals, but Kentucky's only about 3%. The shortage is impacting farmers and the health of their animals. You know why? Because those little doggies pay more. In Ohio State news, a recent report ranks the number of individuals living below the poverty line in Ohio studies.
Hello Bulldog Nation, I am here in United Kingdom in the beautiful city of Oxford. Today's world news. Ukraine's outgoing defense minister has said the country is anticipating a new Russian attack later this month. Not all the Western weaponry will have arrived by then, but Ukraine has enough reserves to hold Russia until then. 10 people have been killed in several avalanches across the Austrian and Swiss Alps over the weekend. Tourists from New Zealand, China, Germany, among the dead at a number of ski resorts. More than 20 people have died in Chile after wildfires swept through 99,000 acres of land. The government has declared a state of emergency in 2 regions. This morning, thousands of people are dead and several hundred more injured after a huge earthquake in eastern part of Turkey and the Syrian border. And in sports, yesterday, Manchester City lose 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal beat Everton 1-0, and Manchester beat Crystal Palace. Until tomorrow, from another city in the United Kingdom, hope you have a great day. Take care.